We are stopping at the Opera House coffee shop in Durant, Oklahoma for lunch, and that is my beautiful expecting daughter there and my handsome hubby. And my daughter and I unintentionally match. Here, will you hold my purse for just a sec? Thank you, babe. It's a big step. We're going to eat lunch here, and then we are wedding bound.
So for this one, I'll just give you all.
This is my favorite thing on the menu. It's the pesto margarita, what's it called? Flatbread. It's basically like a little mini pizza. And what kind is yours, Monty?
Chicken bacon ranch with all the vegetables.
Yum. And what sandwich did you get? The Alto?
It's an Alto. Yeah, with turkey, pesto, and Gouda.
Yum. We are en route to extended family wedding, and we are entering Allen, Texas, and Allen, Oklahoma. I mean, there is an Allen, Texas also. Allen, Oklahoma. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, there's the pool. And when our kids were growing up, we lived up in northern Oklahoma, and there were several different routes you could take, and this was one we took.
Gym,
Yeah, I knew that.
That's
that
their
they had
gymnasium.
A new,
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. This was one of the routes we would take, and there's a little store up here where we would stop to get a snack and use the restroom. But I've always thought this is just a neat little town. It's a small town, but they even have a library. And I don't know, this used to be a nursing home, but I'm not sure that it's open anymore. No. Our crew has bought many a chicken strips at this little store, and
Well, they've got a Dollar
when
General,
our boys,
or Family Dollar or something here.
neat. That's a newer
I don't think it's open yet.
business, yeah. When our three boys were teenagers, they could put the food away.
Oh, here's the Dollar General.
Oh, wow. There are several new
They're going to
business
have a
from
Dollar
back.
Tree, Dollar General, and Family Dollar all here in this little town.
Yeah.
Starting to grow.
And we are crossing Holdenville Lake. I've always thought this was a pretty lake.
Get a speed ticket here if you're not careful. It's pretty full. I was wondering how deep the water would be with all the dry weather.
Yeah, we were just talking about all the
Actually, Rachel, I think that may be fish
extreme
hatchery.
rain and water damage from Hurricane
Well, they have Louis
Helene.
Armstrong.
And a lady that I had watched that
I think
had
it's a fish
documented in one of the Carolinas how much the terrain had changed when the water went out of the banks, and just such fast flowing and rising water, how it washed the roads out and absolutely completely changed the terrain and just washed things up, and how
Birthday party.
it made her have a respect for Noah's Ark of how much devastation that could cause. And there's people who want to say, oh, that couldn't have all been done from a flood, but then you have a flood like that, well, like what we've had recently with Milton and Helene, and you realize water can cause a lot of erosion in a short amount of time, and it would make it look like it had taken years for that to happen, but it happened in a few minutes or hours. Here is the old downtown Holdenville, Oklahoma. They've got a really beautiful old several-story church. It's First
They got a
Baptist.
Sharps.
This looks like the
Yep,
building in
First-
Domingo.
Baptist
Right there.
Holdenville. Yeah, it does.
Museum.
Look at that little yellow lawnmower. Did you see that in that window
Uh-uh.
back there? Is a little rider. Looks like a little go-kart.
Yeah.
Those are back when they
Church
made
is
those
down
things to
there.
last. I bet that thing still runs and cuts.
Neat. Yeah, that does look like the building at Tishomingo, Rachel.
Bristow downtown has a similar look to this too.
Yeah, it does. Probably both towns were thriving about the same time. It was either oil money or railroad money or both.
Well, Holdenville's got a railroad track that runs through it. So. Okay, so right up here, I was driving along one night, and it was just right at dark, and it was starting to lightning and thunder. It was just about to rain. Right up here, right along in here, there was a lightning flash, and directly in the center of the road, I just saw a perfect silhouette of a mountain lion. The only time in my life I've ever seen one that I remember other than at a zoo. Anyway, when I got up here to where it was at, it was kind of just right up here between where these woods are. I slowed down, and of course it was dark, so I couldn't really see it at that point, but maybe 500 feet in front of me. It took about a second or two to get there. So, anyway.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
This is Bearden, so it's kind of rural.
Very, very remote out here.
Area. They have their own little dependent K through 8 school here. I think it's dependent. It might be independent. It's elementary school, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
they've
think
got
it's
the window
dependent
open.
on Holdenville or where?
That's a good question.
This is really out in the boonies, so this is the kind of place where you go to hide the body.
I don't think it'd be dependent to Holdenville. What were those east-west? Was it Walika or Wetumpka?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I bet it's one of those
This-
W towns.
This is one of those places where, depending on what kind of person you are, some people like being out in the boonies. This would be the kind of place you'd want to move. And some people would go stir crazy and not want to live a place like this. Like my daughter said, if you're someone who thinks the world's getting overpopulated, there's still a lot of places that have lots of room to grow and lots of resources.
Nice rock house here. You know, with an eBay business, you could have your business located anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I always like this house.
Pretty house.
It is a nice place.
As long as you have good internet.
It's kind of generational. Colors.
I often wonder what the story was with this long hill here.
Well, that's one of the nice things about having an eBay business. If you're not tied down with a brick and mortar job, you can actually travel,
Silver Upcap.
with your eBay business.
We're almost to I-40.
I've seen several couples that both of them have gone and started being full-time resellers. They really do a lot of traveling. So over this hill is kind of, I guess, what you'd call a landmark that when our kids were growing up, we were all always excited to drive by this. It's just not something that you see every day.
Well, there's a Grand Am. They got other Volkswagens. There's Lincoln out there.
All those Volkswagens were going by so fast, I don't know if we're getting a good visual on them or not.
Being rear-ended 5-4.
I sold this foundation. It's from Fashion Fair. And believe it or not, I sold it for $49.99 plus shipping. And it is going to Indian Trail, North Carolina. And I was not familiar with this brand of cosmetics, but evidently it is a higher end cosmetics. And I have a whole bunch of different items from that brand to list. And that all came out of that vintage cosmetics storage unit that we bought in Dallas some time ago. And then I was noticing when you look at the statistics for my channel, I'm up to 399.5 viewing hours. And so, guys, any second or minute that you watch any of my videos, it helps my channel grow. And so it looks like I'm just about to cross 400